Right folks, that's fruit machine in its rightful place. So I'm just going to boot it up so you can see it working. So pressing red button. The alt buttons light up. Now the reason for that is that the pack drives I've got originally I blew up, and when I got the next lot that Andy sent me from the website, he forgot to make them so they defaulted to off. However, I've decided to leave it because I think it's quite a good lamp test. So when you actually boot up, it's a good way of knowing that all your lamps are working. I'm also planning on designing like a little treasure chest or something and getting it put on vinyl at the bottom, which is what I did. Oh.
Remember to gamble responsibly, as this is John's Las Vegas fund.
So I put that in there. I was messing around with software, so it now says welcome to Shenanigans. Remember to gamble irresponsibly, because it's my Las Vegas fun. Right, I don't know if you can see that very well, but those are the machines that I've got on at the minute. This front end is called M Galaxy. It just boots into this, and then the software that I wrote, that which is it's probably bloody terrible really. I've had a go at writing C++, but I don't really know what I'm doing. However, I've managed to get the hoppers working, which was a big thing. And again, that was really all thanks to number one Stoney and a lot of swearing and ripping my hair out. So what else to show you? Right, so I'll show you that in a second. First off, I've got a little light, look, LED behind the what's it, coin thing. That was good. Put that in. This summer house, we called it Shenanigans. So you can see there. So I've started building a bespoke machine as well for Shenanigans pub that Guitar's helping me out with. So I'm hoping to get that up and running soon. Right, so if I press this black button, it should give me £5, all being well.
Here's Johnny.
I set it so it plays an alarm and a little bit of a film clip every time you press that, so that I know if people are in here nicking £5 if I ever have folk round. So I'll try it again.
You see, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, and those who dig. You dig.
You dig, right. So to go through them, then you press the shift button, which is what I said before. You press that, and then you press either up or down, and then start. I don't know, I'm going to bloody film that. There we go. Try this, we're bouncing there. You still see that? So you go through them. I don't know if you're seeing that, but hopefully yeah. And then one of my favourites is Jackpot Jokers. You press the start button.
Launching game.
It says launching game. So this is M Galaxy, and it fires up. Now you can see it's fired up in windowed mode, which is on purpose because at the moment there's just a tiny idiosyncrasy with this MFME 5.1, where the pack drives aren't working initially. So what you've got to do is I've set up like shortcuts off the shift key, and what you've basically got to do is open the configuration menu up, then shut it down, and then you can maximise it full screen. Again, you're probably bored of hearing this, but that was number one Stoney as well, like, so I mean really it should be him talking you through this bloody machine because he's done most of it. Right, hold up, let me try it, see if it works. Oh, and this is going to get fixed in MFME 5.2 as well. I think Wizard's working on this, so hopefully that will be sorted. Just hold up. So it's shift, press the one. Oh, that's working a bloody treat, that, isn't it? Hold up. I'll have to do it with mouse. Configuration, pack drive, shut it back down. And then, right, that's it. So that's working now. So you maybe see light's not good, but you can see them flicking the lights a little bit. On this machine here then, this is Jackpot Jokers, which is one of my favourites that I've been enjoying. And what I've done is like this button here, so that says gamble bonus. I've just done a little blue 8 next to it, and that relates to the blue 8 there. I know the button's green, but I went for the colour of the actual number. And then there, that's what's that? Some trail bonus. It's green 6, so the green 6. And then finally, there's a shuffle, which is a green 5. So there's the green 5. So to press them buttons, I'm using these, again, these buttons. For setting this thing up, what I've done is, to make it easy, I've just numbered my buttons, which if you look on the last video, I forgot to mention this, but there was numbers written on the wood. So that's just button 1, and then it goes 2, 3, all the way to 9, 10, 11, all the way up, and it comes back round here, down, and then that's button 23. So as I'm programming this, you know, like basically telling it what buttons what, and on the pack drive what light goes where, I know that like this hold here, for instance, which will be this hold here, that's going to be under 1, 2, 3, button 3. And then I've just got an Excel sheet that tells me what the wire numbers and everything are for all these buttons. Alright, so that's quite handy. I've also got an Excel sheet with a list of tasks that I need to do for every machine to set it up. So it's things like make the machine narrower. You might notice that if you've got jackpot jokers on yours and you play it comes a bit wider, and sometimes some of these they've got like bump over on the right hand side when you open them, because obviously they're designed for a screen that's in landscape. So what I've done is, because he's in portrait and I want to make him as big as I can with just the information that I need, I copy the background, paste him into Paint Shop Pro, which is what I use just for messing around with graphics, and then crop him down, and then basically load him back into MFME. And then what I can do is all the lights then are out, but if I select all the lights in a wanna and then use the arrow keys, I can basically drag all the lights and they're all in relation with each other. So I just get one of the lights in the right spot, or all the rest of them are in the right spot. So I have a set of tasks to do for every machine to set it up. So that's one of the tasks, was crop the background, get the lights set up. Then the next task is to get the lamps working for the pack drive, and then to get the buttons set up, you know, and it just goes on like that. There's about 10 of them, but it just means I don't miss anything. It's just a good idea for setting these machines up. Right, we'll give it a go. I've never actually played this in here, so hopefully it works, because I had a fuse blow earlier on that. It wouldn't give me my £5 out, and it was a fuse in the end on that board, so I'll try it. Oh, there we go. Rocking. So we got olds. So we've got the olds on there, and we've got the flashing olds on here. So start. Again, start gamble. Dapple. And then higher or lower? Higher or lower than 3, what do you reckon? It's going to be higher, isn't it? So like on here, like I've just written, like these are multi-function, so I've written that the higher low, and you basically got to use the screen, but I might change those. So we'll go higher. Do 5, higher or lower than a 5, or I can exchange it. I'll exchange it actually. And then spin it. Cash pot, which is £3, so we'll have that cash pot. I'll just collect it. And really that's it. You just keep going now until job done, £3. And then what you could do is, if you want to play another game, you press the, what do you press? You press the shift button, and you press cancel. Oh, and then you're back to this. This is that M Galaxy. It's like a favourite system. I don't know why. I don't need that on. gonna have to get rid of that at the minute. That's showing my favourite games, but I'll get rid of that with mouse. But anyway, that's it. You pick another game and away you go. I don't think there's much else to tell you. The buttons I've chosen are collect, auto nudge, change stake, transfer and action cache, because I saw one machine with action cache on. I don't know what that does. Start and gamble, feature exchange, obviously, stop and take it, and then plus bespoke buttons depending on the company that does the machine, because you see them on some machines. And then I've got 4 holds, because for real machines, obviously, gamble and shuffle, and cancel, collect and bank nudges. And then I've got a higher and a nudge up, and a lower and nudge down. And then I've got these ones, which obviously, as I showed you, can just make into whatever you want. But as I said, I'm thinking of maybe changing these buttons, because one of the things I've been puzzling over is if on the machine you've got, say, an auto nudge button, but it's at the bottom of the machine, and then my auto nudge button's up there, do I have it flash that button, because obviously that says auto nudge, or do I have it flash, like say this button, the button down here, that's actually in the same position as the machine on the screen? Because it's a bit counterintuitive if it's down here flashing, but actually the person's got to press that button up there. So, I mean, I'm still umming and ahhing about that, so it'll just be a case of having a mess around with this machine and then just see what I prefer, and see what the wife prefers, more importantly, because at the end of the day, she's a bloody boss. So that's it, I think. I don't think there's anything else. If you need to see something else, or you want some more information out, then let me know. Sometimes what I have found is if you're building your own, just make sure this is deep enough. What I've done with this is I built that out of wood. You can see all the photos of the build earlier in this thread, but I built it out of wood, and then I put 1mm card in, like 1mm plastic in, so that it would be smooth. I don't know if you can see that it's smooth, but you know, it's like smooth. It's smooth there. So it's a really nice feel, so when you're grabbing the money, because otherwise the money kind of hit in the corner and you had to like pick it out with your fingernails, so it was rubbish. But I noticed that sometimes they come down here and they kind of ski jump off there. I've put some of this Velcro on to try and stop that, but it's not really working. And also another thing they do is hit this and bounce back into the machine, so I've put I cut some more of that plastic out and I've put it round to try and just stop them bouncing back into the machine. So if you're building your own, just bear that in mind. If I had that again, I'd probably make this a bit deeper, maybe. And there's probably like a load of other stuff that I would do differently. So as I said, if you're having a go at building your own, like let us know through the forums, because you know, I might have some tips for what I would do differently. Right, so that's it. See you later. Anything else you need, give us a shout. Ta-da.